Hey everyone, welcome to Virtual Soccer. Today we're going to talk about, we're going to do a little preview of the Washington Spirit KC Current game for this Saturday night. Okay, we're getting down to the wire. We got 7 matches left, and it's like I said last week, KC is having a tremendous run. So let's look at it this way. Head to head, the Spirit lost at Audi Field 2-0 to KC at the start of the season. But I guarantee you that 5 players that started that game for the Spirit will not be starting tomorrow, and maybe more, depending on what's going on. Now, the Current can clinch by beating the Spirit tomorrow and then winning their next game, or one more. Mathematically, I think only the Spirit and San Diego are capable of catching KC for the Shield, but after one more win, only the Spirit would be feasible. The best the Wave could do would be to tie on points probably at that point, but the goal differential is so big, it's by like 20-some goals. It's just not going to happen. And as I said in a video last week, the race is over. There's a link to that video below if you want to check it out. It was just a short one. They might as well give the Shield to KC now, but that's to be expected with the run they've been on. So, what do we expect this weekend from between these two teams? Okay, I'd like to hear your thoughts below. If you would, make a comment or a prediction below and see what's happening. But from the KC perspective, I think they're playing at home where that's a fortress. They've not lost there this year. They had one draw. And I think they want to approach this game with the same intensity that they've been showing along the way, set the tone, and get this win and one more to clinch the title, and use the last 5 games to fine-tune what they're doing, get some of the bench some valuable minutes that will help their depth in the playoffs, and basically set the tone for the playoffs, because from their perspective, they probably view it as a right to win the playoff title at this point. They've had a phenomenal season. Plus, they know that in reality, or on paper reality, that the Spirit are their biggest threat. Okay, and one side of the coin is this: if they lose to the Spirit, I'd be telling them that it doesn't matter. Get that loss out of the way, because it's tough to beat a team like the Spirit 3 times in a row, and we're probably going to see them again in the playoffs if things go to plan. But if they beat the Spirit, you go with C. They're our closest rival, and we're stomping them, and we're going to do it again in the playoffs because we are the best team this year, period. Okay, and just keep boosting that confidence. Regardless, I see KC as a team that has a lot of bounce in their step right now. They're working hard for each other. When they do make mistakes or play poorly, they're still very good, and they are just not letting the chain of mistakes end in goals against them, really. Okay, they're full of confidence, and they're going to be a tough egg to crack going into the playoffs. But if there's any team that can do it, it's probably going to be the Washington Spirit. And from the Spirit point of view, I think they're riding a wave of rising confidence, and regardless of some of the draws that they should have had that should have been wins, they're starting to feel that very strong team vibe. Okay. And I think there's 3 ways for them to approach this. 1, they come at it just the way they've been playing, using their basic tactics that they've been doing, and don't change a thing, and just see how they measure up. Okay, hopefully working on some of their defensive issues at the same time. And this is a match they do not have to win at all. All they have to do is just roll the dice, put on a good show, maybe a few extra crunching tackles to set the tone for later. The second way they can approach it is show KC something new that they actually intend to do, to throw them off a bit, make them think about the playoffs and see how it works. And if it works, maybe you fine-tune that and go forward with it. A third way to approach it would just be to come out with some crazy BS plan that really gets inside their head, show them something that you have no intention of doing later. But the caveat being is, what if it worked? That's something that both teams need to consider at that point if you do something crazy and it actually devastates and disrupts what KC has been accomplishing in matches against the other teams. So Spirit's really only focus right now is to secure second place. Even if they lose this weekend, they will still be in second place. You want the next time you play KC to be a playoff final. That means finishing second place in the league and securing that home field advantage for the playoffs until the final. Okay, and right now, Spirit's attack has been improving, and even their balance and cover issues seem to be improving. And as long as they keep working and tightening up that defense and fixing those balance and cover issues that I also mentioned before in a previous video, links probably below, they should finish second. Okay, and let's say somehow they get shredded on Saturday night against KC. just use it to fuel anger for the playoffs, okay? And I did a video on how Spirit could win the playoffs. That link definitely is below. It's a little bit long, but I think it's worth your time if you get a chance. And just keep building that confidence. Again, 7 matches to go, and I think that they're going to finish second. No one's really going to touch them as long as they keep getting that vibe going. And but let me know what you think guys would do if you were in charge of Spirit for Saturday night. How would you approach this game? And what kind of tactics would you use if anything? And the last caveat is, no matter what, just don't show Casey any new set pieces. Or at this point of the season, I don't think I would do any new set pieces until the playoffs. Just keep doing what you're doing, okay? So let me know below what you think. Like and subscribe if you will, or like and subscribe, I should say. And we'll talk about it over the weekend after this match is over. All right, have a great day. Hey everyone, this is a short plea for some help, okay? My wife has stage 4 leiomyosarcoma cancer. They took a tumor out of her at the end of August, the size of an adult brain, and it had spread to her liver. She also had her right kidney removed. Over the last year, we have been doing everything we can to survive and to keep her business going, to keep people employed and pay the business bills as you're supposed to. It has not worked. I need to wind down her business over the next 6 months, which was a soccer manufacturing business, etc. But we're financially wrecked, and I should have cut the business loose sooner, but we could use some help. And you can help below in several different ways. There is a GoFundMe. Even $5 or $10 can help, okay? We're just trying to save the house at this point, and I'm almost there. Other ways to help would be to purchase something from our store, like a US soccer hat. We have some exclusives, or our eBay store, or even our Amazon stuff, which we're trying to close down Amazon since it's ridiculous now. But we really need some help. So if you could, like I said, $5 or $10 to the GoFundMe goes a long way, or purchase yourself some merchandise, okay? Thank you so much for your time.